right, so here's number two. Number two is what we call a system of equations, meaning there's more than one equation and we got to solve for the variables in both equations, right? But they have to be the same. So the x value for the first one should be the same x value for the second one. The y value for the first one should be the same y value for the second one. Now, honestly, because it's a multiple choice question, this is where like your test taking strategies come into play. You could do something that we call back solving, right? You could just back solve, even if you don't know how to algebraically solve a system of equations. I'm gonna show you that too, but first and foremost, you could back solve. So what you do is you look at choice A, right? And you say, okay, the first number in this solution set is your x value. The second number is your y value. The way to memorize that is just remember that they follow alphabetical order. The first number is your x, the second number is your y. X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. So you want to plug these numbers in, right? So therefore, you would end up with a true statement. And if you end up with a true statement for both equations, not just for one of them, but for both equations, then that means that's the solution. So what that looks like is this. So imagine if we test out choice A, right? So this is saying that x is 0 and y is -7. So you just replace your x with a 0, and then you're going to have minus, let me see. Now you got to be careful because this is already a -7, right? But there was a minus sign in front of the y. So because there was a minus sign in front of the y, you got to have two minus signs. You got to be very careful with that. A lot of people mess that up because they think, well, all I need is one negative sign or one minus sign. No, you need both of them, right? So you can put that over 3, and we say that's equal to 21. Now we could test this out to see if this is true. Now 3 times 0 is just going to be 0. -7 is +7. 7 divided by 3 is equal to 21. That's not. It's not equal to 21. So because that's not true, we know that A can't be right. A must be wrong, right? It don't even, and the thing is, you might be wondering, well, why didn't we check the second equation? We don't need to check the second equation because remember, the solution works for both equations. So if it already doesn't work for one of them, it don't even matter if it works for the second one because it could work for the second one all it wants to, but it's still not going to be a solution to the whole system because this solution has to work for both equations. It has to give you a true statement in both equations, not just one. And we just proved that it don't work for the first one because there's no way that 7 divided by 3 is equal to 21. 7 times 3 is equal to 21, but not 7 divided by 3. So now let's try choice B. Let's go back to the first equation. All right, so let's replace the x with a 4. So we do 3 times 4 minus 27 over 3 is equal to 21, right? Now 3 times 4 is 12. 27 over 3 is 9. So that's going to be 12 minus 9, which equals 21. And that's not a true statement either because there's no way that 12 minus 9 is equal to 21. All right, so that's not true. So that means that B is a wrong answer. And we don't got to worry about whether it fits into the second equation because we already proved that it doesn't work for the first equation. Now, let's try choice C. Choice C, we got 3 times 7 minus 0 over 3 equals 21. Now, 0 divided by 3 is just 0. 3 times 7 is 21, and that does equal 21. Or 21 minus 0 is 21, and 21 does equal 21. So it works for the first equation. But remember, it's got to work for both equations. So look at the second equation. Let's plug in 7 for x, plug in 0 for y. So we got 7 is equal to 0 plus 7, and that's also a true statement. So this proves to us that C is the correct answer. And once you find the correct answer, if it's a question that only has one correct answer and it does not say select all that apply in terms of the multiple choice answers, then once you find one correct answer, you know that that's the only answer. So because this is choice C, we don't have to worry about testing out choice D. We don't have to worry about that. We already know that choice C is the correct answer, so we just rock out with choice C. Now that's if you didn't know how to do the algebra. Now I can show you the algebra also, but I'm gonna show you I'm gonna do it on another video because this recording is getting long and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to send the file if it's this long. So I'm gonna stop this video and I'm gonna show you how to do it algebraically also.